Cancer, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I just first of all want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. It's left comments, thumbs up, likes, and or shares as well. So I super really appreciate your support, and also those of you who view the videos as well. So today I am doing a read for the rest of August 2021. And today is Sunday the 22nd that I'm recording this here in New Zealand. I'll just say it's going through to the end of August, the 31st of of 2021. But tomorrow, Monday the 23rd of August, here in New Zealand is the full moon. So it's in other parts of the world, it's falls on the 22nd for you. So, but here in New Zealand, it's on the 23rd at 12:01. Okay, so we'll pay to check out wherever you live in the world as to what time it is for you. Okay. Cool. So anyway, this is for Cancer. So welcome, Cancer. I don't think I said that in the beginning. Anyway, I can't remember. So anyway, this is for you, Cancer. So what is going on for you right now and during this time for this last, for the rest of August, basically. So we'll look at that, and we'll look at what you might consider to consider looking at or doing that might help you, help you through this time, basically. So, and how you can help yourself in a possible outcome, of what that might look like, okay, for you. So you'll each have your own version of what's going on for you, because you'll each have something, similar or different, that's going on that you can relate this reading to, or not. Okay, so which is where I'm heading for that. So if this reading, these, just a reminder that these reads are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, that's wonderful. But if that's not, then just check out what your other signs are saying for you, because it may be something, one of your other signs may have something more in line with what is going on with you right now. So I'm going to take these two because they're kind of stuck together. So that's, for me, is my cue that I'm going to take those ones. And there is another one to come here through here. So, yeah, so just like I say, because there, is that what it is? Okay, yeah, I'm going to take those two. I don't normally want to do that because sometimes I can be here for ages. Anyhow, so Cancer. So the first card out here is oh gosh, holy smokes, it's stuck. Is a center. So interesting, I found it challenging to pick that card up because there may be something a little bit of stuckness, and it's like you may be chasing something around the table. In my case, with trying to pick this card, or something may be moving out of sync, or out of balance, or out of something anyway. Where with what is going on with you at the moment. There's the next card here is repetition. So this is really interesting because I've been drawn to the moon cycles here. On saying that, and it's like repetition when I'm seeing, because I'm drawn to the horses now. With animals, there is like they follow a cycle and they just know where they're going for the next year, and they're going to end up at this part of the world or the planet or the country where they migrate to. So it's like, I feel like, with a lot of us humans, like the spirit are talking to me, and I'm working with a lot of otherworldly energies. When I say multi-dimensional energies are in my spiritual team. So, we've kind of got out of sync of our migrational side of us, and listening to our intuition and tuning into ourselves as far as even the moon cycles, as to how our body is reacting, how our emotions are reacting, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, they're talking about here. So, and I feel like some of you will understand that, and some of you maybe not quite get that right now, but have an inkling about it, and maybe starting to venture into more like investigating that side of you, even like down to like planting, blah, blah, blah. It's not just Māori who are doing that. Many of our European countries, we do it as well, is follow the moon cycles. We just have a slightly different way of explaining it, but when you look at it, there is like you know, there are very, you know, there is the same sort of pattern or thing going on with each season, you know, with just different vegetables and plants and blah, 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 blah. So obviously, because they're different parts of the world. So there's something about some sort of repetition and looking at things in a bigger picture, actually, is where they're going with that. So, and then we have magnetism and surface. So I'm not sure where these cards are going at the moment, but well, it'll come to light soon. I'm pretty sure as we go along. So anyway, center, the first one, center, center, center. I love this card. There's something about centering and focusing yourself. I'm feeling like I'm feeling centering and focusing, but it's like, where are they going with that? Because there's something new that's growing. There's something new, because I'm being drawn to this moon here, the shape of the moon here, like just sitting underneath here. But there's like a bulb, or there's something like in the moon, like a little moon growing and expanding into, you know, into some sort of growth. So there's something new growing there. What I'm saying, it's like centering and focusing on what it is that you do want rather than what you don't want, or just a new project or something that's coming up, because here is the Fool. Okay, so there's something that new that is in the background. It may be that you've been umming and ahhing and like wondering whether I go down this track or that track, and whether it's, you know, and weighing things up as to how you're going to take that next step. So, but I feel like this is they're talking about bringing it back to you, and having that faith in yourself. So, and realizing and remembering that, you know, whatever, you know, often, you know, when we do take or branch out or take this step into something, it's not always what we had planned it to be, you know, exactly. So there are things that come up that we're needing to look at and iron out along the way. So it's not getting too like caught up on the super minute things, and even the super big things. But it's like whatever that is for you, it's like everybody's got a different way of viewing that. So so don't get stuck on that. What is small for one is not small for another, or what is major for another is not major for another. So it's just like looking at, but there was something that is like for you, there's a small thing and a minor thing or a major thing as well. There's a few things that are mixed up with this. It's not really getting caught up in the drama of whatever that might be somebody else's and not yours. So there is something, you know, definitely new coming together, but it's like staying in your center, in your focus. The page of, you know, I was going to say the page of success actually, but the page of swords is like, I feel like you're looking in your mind, there's this curiosity or this, that you're looking into some sort of new adventure anyway. So, but once again, it's bringing it back to that center focus, center theme, whatever that center means for you. But it might have something to do with, you know, being, you know, judgment. The word judgment, the card judgment is here. So it could have something to do with relationships as well, with the relationship that you're already in on a romantic level. You know, it could be a relationship in a partnership that you're maybe looking at entering into, or moving away from and bringing someone else in, is where I'm hearing. Not necessarily in like, you know, a marital, you know, or building or forming a relationship on a romantic level, or, you know, or leaving, whatever it is. You know, either way, whatever it is for you, but it's like, I just feel like there's a sense of judgment there, or not being judgmental on whatever is going on in this part here. So it's like setting yourself free from that. This beautiful dragon here is like, I feel like this beautiful dragon here, like I feel like she is with this lady or this person on the bed there, and look where their hands are. It's like there's a healing aspect. There's something about being, you know, freeing. This dragon is coming into free, because this is my, oh gosh, what is this one? The Celtic dragon deck or oracle. So I feel like this dragon is coming on a healing capacity, is setting yourself free, or setting you free. So this is like centering and focusing on something new that sets you free. Okay, the repetition, there may have been something that's been repetitively happening, and you may be keeping on migrating back around and going around in circles. But it means for some of us, or a lot of us, there is, there is the ability, or we have the ability, is, you know, to make change, to change something. So I'm feeling like this repetition or this cycle. There's some of you maybe wanting or needing to get out of a cycle of repeating something. And it may be even something, and it may be, in order for you to grow. So when we talked about the migration, it's like there is always something, like Spirit is saying that even though animals migrate, there's usually something that slightly changes in the growth, and that's usually that new beginnings, where it's like a breeding sort of a space, or or growth. There's some sort of growth and change within that. So while there is repetition and there is a cycle, there is room for change. They've not really explained that to me like that. I've not heard that like that, but on saying that with the cycles, with the moon cycles, it brings around change. That's when I feel like they're really talking about that. It brings around change and growth. So we're having to let go of old to bring in the new. So we are actually in that, like I say, that full moon, cycle right now. So with the full moon, there is like letting go of the old so the new can come in. So our energy expands. So it's actually a really good time to start to, bring together new projects, new things like that, or even start thinking about it. And as you're like releasing things. So I find that for me, some of you will find that differently or slightly different, and, and maybe like disagree with that. But like I say, just take what resonates with you and leave the rest, okay? Because, there is something about even that for some of you is allowing that this repetitive cycle to utilizing it to stretch out of your comfort zone, basically. Because here's the Eight of Wands and it's in reverse. So there's something that maybe like 8s for me are a now card. So it's like moving now. 7s for me is like there's a turning point, a point of creation to get something moving, and knowing and realizing that we are the creators of whatever it is that we want to do. 8s for me is like there are infinite possibilities out there, and we are and realizing that we are that possibility. We are an infinite being. So there is so much to us, more to us than what we think we are, and this is where they talk about those limiting beliefs, that when we allow ourselves to see like that or be like that, and think like that, we open up a lot more doors. So there may be something that's that maybe with this that's repeating itself, that maybe in a way, I want to use the word block because that's the one that's coming to me, that may be hindering you from like moving forward into this new into a new dream or a different dream, or or something that you've put out there for, and moving towards something. The Eight of Pentacles, it's maybe like feeling like you're needing to learn something new or build on your skill set. It could be something like just brand new, because this Page of Swords is here. I'm like, they're just talking about getting out of your head with that. There's some a new sense of curiosity and wanting to explore. And the Page, the Eight of Pentacles is here to say, yep, like open to doing that. The Ace of Swords is like there's a new, allowing yourself to think new things, be new things, but also being in your truth. This is about you standing in your own truth and your own being, and you may be making some like changes about what you're wanting to do, because there's something about you like this free, and free to begin something new, freeing your mind up to explore different opportunities and ways and things of doing things. So the Hanged Man, then we have that Magnetism and the Surface. So there's something for me, it's like there is something on the surface that you're wanting to that maybe you've put in the background to magnetize or to draw to you or manifest towards you. So it's like, I feel like there's a timing thing on saying that, but I do feel like there is something about here with this it's a little bit more than that too on saying that. There's a combination of it. But the Hanged Man here is like looking at things from another perspective on saying that. So, because when we start to do that, we start to see like how we start to see the solutions, basically, rather than solutions of how it can work, or a way around it, or a different outcome. And it may be that you can see how it's not going to work this way, and so it's not so much that it can't work, but it may not work this way, but it could work if I tweak this. And it may be that I need to put more time into it than what I initially anticipated or expected or thought, or felt, whatever it is. So there is, and sometimes it may be that, you know, when we shift it from another perspective, we may figure out what we haven't done or hadn't done in the research that you need to bring into to make it, not so much to make it work in the sense of like tick all the boxes to make it work and it has to be this way, but find a way to make it work or to create it so it does work. And then there are times Spirit is saying that it's like, you know, doing that background work. I feel like for some of you it's just doing the background work. And there is the time then though on saying that, like Spirit is saying, is knowing how far you need to go. You can go with it, but and to understand that actually I need to like throw this whole thing out and start again and redo the project. And it may be that, because what I'm hearing is that maybe if it's that the idea may be still a good idea or a good plan, but it may not be ready to roll out right now for some of yous. This is not for all of yous, this is for some of yous. But the thing is, it's like taking that instigating some sort of movement. And so you're not going to know unless you have a go, basically. Oh, that rhymes. So then we have the Queen of Swords, as there's talking about like getting out of your head. But she's also like, she's more in that space now where she's not in her head. So she's starting to see how she can pull things together with the Queen of Swords and create that magic like with the Queen of Wands, basically. But it's like being in her power to now make some decisions about what she's going to do, because now she's figured out, okay, this is what I need to do now that I'm looking at this from another point of view. So when some of these blocks may have been or felt or sensed and not necessarily there, so it's like, but now that she's gone a little bit deeper and she's like that whatever's but like just below the surface is like, okay, this is what it'd be right. So there may have been a little bit of more research, it may be just been a little bit more faith in yourself, whatever it is, but and just going, you know, like not it's climbing right to the top of the ladder to see what's over the, you know, what's over the fence, not just or what's through there, or cleaning the glass, not just trying to look through dirty glasses or, you know, shaded glasses. And you may need to clean your glasses so you can see the bigger picture rather than just part of the fogged up picture, you know, through that. So it's like, yeah, and she's making some clear decisions about where she's wanting to go and how she's going to do it and all those sorts of things. The King of Cups has come in here, comes through now, being in, you know, rising above his emotions, being more in control and intact with those, especially with relationships with himself as well as with others. So you could have a male energy that's in an older male energy, or a male energy that's in your life that, you know, maybe helping you through these emotional times, and it may be like they may be a leader or a role model for you to take notice about how they, you know, control or work through, manage their emotional side of them, so they're not getting too, you know, caught up in their head, but also being in there. But that's about, and I feel like there may also be someone that's you stepping into that space, you know, and that I feel like you're more, some of you may be more heading into that space now, Cancer. So, and this could actually be you, whether you're a male or a female energy. So what I'm hearing is like, just, you know, being kind to yourself, but being, you know, allowing your emotions to come through, express them, and, you know, to yourself and maybe to others. But I'm hearing like this is about communication, even though this is not but that's where the Queen of Swords comes in, is about communication, but teamed together is so much more better. Okay, so there could be for you, some of you, is an air energy that's in your space that helps you to communicate something or inspires you to be, you know, be in this emotional space where you're more you know, not in that space where your emotions are ruling or controlling you in some way. But it's not so much that for some of you, it's just like you're finding this more of a balance, and you're not judging yourself and not letting yourself, but because you're shifting your mindset as well. But like you see, he's got this beautiful water dragon there, and he's like toasting, like he's raising a glass, but he's on land. but the water still very close to it. It's close to the water, close to emotions, but he's not drowning in them or buried. Drowning. I'm going to say buried, but drowning in them. He's not even floating in them. So it's like, but he knows that, it's being in touch with them as well. That's where they're going with that. Cool. Beautiful. So anyway, so look at that. The center, the full there, new beginning with you. So like whether you're a male or a female, for me, the cards are not gender specific for me, especially with, because this is a general reading. But you may be a female energy and you may be risen above your emotions as well. So Cancer, so that's beautiful because it's like, I'm like seeing like in the background this moon energy, but also in Egan, there's some new baby dragons and water dragons in there. It's like in the background, it's like the world is really, I'm seeing that as a pearl, like almost like in the oyster or like in an oyster or even a clam in the background there. So it's like there are lots of, what do they call it, precious gifts there, precious, it's not just precious, but it's worldly as well, precious worldly abilities and gifts that are in there. But emotionally wise, it's like, where they're going with that, it's like, I can feel it's like there's a different feeling about having risen above something that has been going on with you, or some things that, that you've worked through them. And yes, there are still emotions there, but it's not like it's not like you're drowning in them anymore. It's like there's a sense of acceptance and like it's always going to be there, but it's not going to rule you, basically. Wow, that's pretty cool. I feel like I want to draw one more card and out of this deck though, and see what comes out just to finish off. Okay. Financial constraints. So some of you may be like, there's the 1 and 3 there, 1 new beginning and 3 balancing. So there's something new that's coming up that will start to balance things out. 4, 1 and 4, 3 equaling 4, that will start to ground you a little bit more. So there may be something like that that's shifting or turning, but I do feel a good portion of this is like, once you get yourself going and you're shifting your energy, you'll start to see things are starting to become more balanced out, and you'll be like, there's a lot of healing that's going on here with these beautiful cards, and there's something about freeing yourself of judgments and things like that, and whatever else is going on there. Whew! So big week, big rest of the month, which is so cool because it's like shifting through, moving through things, and amazing healing period for you, and for everybody for that matter, all the signs as well. So anyway, I'm going to leave that. I hope that makes sense to you. Please do drop me a line in one way or form or another, but also my amazing spiritual team who have connected with the energy of Cancer. We leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement and adventure, but also in prosperity and abundance. Okay, bye for now.